as we start a new day. I pray that we accept one another.
I just saw you on a live and you were asking a pastor about once saved, always saved. And I just thought I'd come on your profile and just share the truth here. Because in the end days, God raises up his servants, also known as his watchmen, his maidservants, because he pours much grace upon us in the end days. And whoever hearkens to that grace, which is conviction, as defined in Titus 2:11-12, the grace teaches us to deny all ungodliness and worldly lusts and helps us to walk righteously, right? Meaning to repent of our sin and to obey God. That's what grace does. That's how we come to God. So, once saved, always saved is a lie. The church have lied. They will tell you that all you have to do is believe in Jesus. That's it. You can do what you want. Or they live by self-righteous rules. So, as Romans 10:3 says, they are ignorant of God's righteousness and have gone about to establish their own righteousness, meaning their own self-righteous rules. So what is God's righteousness? It's his 10 commandments as defined in Psalm 119, 172. So they have forgotten the 10 commandments and gone about to make up their own self-righteous rules, which is like, for example, they'll say, do not smoke, do not drink, do not swear. This will send you to hell. But yet, you're once saved, always saved, unmerited favour. So, by the Christian church's logic of grace is unmerited favour, you're once saved, always saved, just believe. So, it wouldn't matter if you said a swear word or drink alcohol or smoke, would it? But yet, they'll rebuke you for drinking, smoking, or swearing. Yet they say we can't keep the 10 commandments. So they are in massive error. So to be saved, we must work out our own salvation with fear and trembling, as it says in Philippians, and we must overcome, as the book of Revelation says, and we must endure to the end, as it says in Matthew, that those who endure to the end shall be saved. So we're not saved until we're in the kingdom of heaven, because we must be keeping the 10 commandments and fulfilling the royal law. So the Messiah of the Bible is Yeshua, not Jesus. They've lied about his name because the Messiah was a Hebrew man from Israel, and the Catholic Church changed his name from Yeshua to Jesus. Yeshua means salvation, and it has the Father's name in, and the Father's name is Jehovah. The Messiah warned us in John 5:43. He said, I come in my Father's name, and you receive me not, but another will come in his own name, and him you will receive. So he comes in his Father's name, Jehovah. So the Son's name is Yeshua, yet another will come in his own name, Jesus, and him you will receive. Who's the whole world received? Jesus. Even celebrities, even the president is talking about Jesus. The whole world is deceived except for the very elect. Matthew 24:24, the Messiah warned us here. Because the devil has deceived the whole world. And the church has fallen away from the truth. This is the apostasy of the church. 2 Thessalonians 2:3. God raises up watchmen to give you the truth, to warn you, to get back on the narrow path, which is keeping the 10 commandments, eating biblically clean, no pork or shellfish, and to love your neighbour, which is what I'm doing here with you, which is to warn you, give you the truth, rebuke sin. Because what is sin? It's transgression of the law. 1 John 3:4 is breaking the 10 commandments. So if you're doing Christmas and Easter, which is pagan idolatry, not keeping the Sabbath holy on Saturday from dawn to dawn, you are willfully breaking the 10 commandments. If you wear crosses around your neck or have them on your walls, that's a graven image, breaking the second commandment. If you paint your face with makeup or use filters, you're coveting after a look that God didn't give you, breaking the 10th commandment. Thou shalt not covet. And the 9th commandment, because it's deception. I don't know, I didn't pay much attention if you were wearing makeup, I couldn't tell. I don't think you are in this video, but I'm just letting you know the truth of this is how we break the commandments. And the church don't teach you to keep them. Even though the Messiah warned us, he says in Matthew 5:19, do and teach the commandments and you'll be great in the kingdom of heaven. So kind of need to look for the group of people who are keeping the 10 commandments and teaching others to do so, because they are the very elect. They are the redeemed. They are Jacob, his servant. And you need to be part of the very elect. You need to enter into the work of a servant if you do not want to be appointed to God's wrath or go to hell. God's wrath that is coming is the Great Tribulation. So I'm going to give you the answers. Yeshua of the Bible is the prophet, the Son of God, that was prophesied back in Deuteronomy 18:15-19 to come and teach us the 10 commandments. He was prophesied to come and give us everything the Israelites desired at Horeb. What was that? Read Deuteronomy 5. The Holy Covenant of Promise was given at Horeb to the Israelites, which is the 10 commandments. And he added no more, Deuteronomy 5:22. The sacrificial law was added because the Israelites transgressed against the Holy Covenant of Promise, the 10 commandments, by building the golden calf. The sacrificial law is the 613 handwritten ordinances by Moses that were added until the seed should come. They were added as a punishment and a reminder for the Israelites to keep the 10 commandments. Then the seed came, Messiah came, died on the stake and said, it is finished. Ending the sacrificial law, Colossians 2:14, nailing the sacrificial law to the cross, not the 10 commandments. When he said, it is finished, he was referring to ending the sacrificial law. We're no longer under that. We now have his Spirit of grace, which was poured out with his blood when he died, when the Messiah died on the stake. That Spirit of grace is conviction, to prick our hearts, our conscience, to convict us of our sin, to convict us to obey the 10 commandments. Ephesians 2:8-12. Go read the whole thing, because the Christian church love to cherry pick Ephesians 8-9. Failing to realize that grace is conviction and faith is obedience. And it reads, if you go to Ephesians 2:10, that we must be keeping the good works that were before ordained. What were the good works before ordained that we should walk in? The 10 commandments. So if you're not keeping the 10 commandments and eating biblically clean and loving your neighbour, you will go to hell. You will go into the Great Tribulation. This is serious. So no, we're not once saved, always saved. We have to overcome. We have to endure to the end. But we have to be zealous unto good works. Like I said, Messiah was prophesied to come and give us everything the Israelites desired at Horeb, which is the 10 commandments. This is the gospel. He came to end sacrificial law, which is the sacrificing of animals for atonement of our sin, and stoning our neighbour when they broke the 10 commandments, when they're in sin. And he ended that and came to refresh the Holy Covenant of Promise. Acts 3:19-20-26 quotes Deuteronomy 18:15-19. It's the refreshing. So that's the gospel. Instead of stoning our neighbour, we rebuke our neighbour when they break the 10 commandments, which is what I'm doing here. So if you don't want to go into the Great Tribulation or to hell, you need to keep the 10 commandments, as Messiah said in Matthew 19:16-22, to enter into life, keep the commandments. Revelation 22:14, the end, says only those that do his commandments will enter in through the gates into the city. Please check us out, Straight as the Gate. Come and gather with us. We have 3 Bible studies a day. We gather every Saturday on the Sabbath. Please get in touch and we'll feed you the truth, the true gospel. So, repent.